in your understanding, Ms. Muxfeldt, who ended up with Rod Mitchell's estate?
Carol.
Okay. And by the time that process was completed, you were the power of attorney?
Correct.
Okay. And there was some talk in that text message, and we can pull it up if we need, but let's just go on memory, that there's something about Lori or Lori's money or something like that. Do you recall that?
Rod had a sister, Lori, that passed away.
Uh-huh.
And from my understanding with Carol, that there was some checks that were sent to her siblings that were given to them. And
Okay.
so, to my understanding, that was from her, whether it was some life insurance or she was, sharing some of her, whatever she had in her estate or whatever.
Okay. And you may or may not know what the amount was, but was it your understanding that it was some thousands of dollars?
I don't remember what the total was talked about, but I want to think there was a couple of checks for like $10,000 each.
Okay. Was it your understanding that ultimately that money did in fact go to Carol Mitchell when the estate was all settled?
I believe so, because it was Rod's that would go to Carol as a survivor.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Muxfeldt. I have no further questions.
Mr. McDonald.
Ms. Muxfeldt, you referenced a couple names a moment ago, Lori and Penny. Do you know their full names?
Nope.
Can you tell us who those individuals would be?
Penny is Carol's neighbor right next door. They've lived next door to each other for many, many years. So they've always talked in the backyards and stuff like that. And then her friend Lori has been a good friend of hers for many years. I think they live like by Cormorant or something, but they've been very close for many, many years.
Okay, so would it be accurate that these two individuals are part of Carol Mitchell's social group?
Yes.
Okay. Friends?
Yes, very close.
Ms. Muxfeldt, are you aware if Carol Mitchell has any delinquent bills at this current time?
I don't believe so.
You are aware and she doesn't, or you're not aware?
I'm not aware that she has any, but usually she has said if she's gotten anything that she's called about, like if she's gotten something that doesn't look like an invoice. Like there was a magazine one time, and she's like, "Is this her invoice?" I said, "No, it's a fake one."
Okay. Are you aware if Carol Mitchell is subject to any collection type actions currently?
Not that I'm aware of.
And would she run these type of things by you if she had questions?
Yep. Yes.
Are you aware of Carol Mitchell being scammed out of any money to date?
Not that I'm aware of.
If she had concerns, do you believe she would, again, run them by you?
Yes.
Well, now, Ms. Muxfeldt, you are the power of attorney for Carol Mitchell, correct?
Correct.
Does that power of attorney give you access to her medical records?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever accessed her medical records?
I have not.
Are you aware of any other individual who would have the right to access Carol Mitchell's medical records?
No.
Was that a no?
That's a no. Yep.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Mr. Ringster.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Muxfeldt, again, by the point that Roderick Mitchell's estate was being dealt with in the court system, you were the power of attorney, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Were you aware of any bills that Carol Mitchell had failed to pay before the finalization of that estate?
No.
Okay. Were you aware of any bills that had to be discharged after the finalization of that estate because Carol Mitchell failed to pay them?
No.
Okay. You testified as to access to Carol Mitchell's medical records. You also have access to her financial records.
Correct.
When is the last audit you conducted of Carol Mitchell's financial records?
We met with Wells Fargo, trying to think, see, I would say early this spring. We were in contact with them and went back through things.
Spring of 2025.
Correct.
Okay. Speaking of her medical records, of Carol Mitchell's medical records, you did and have been aware of Carol Mitchell's diagnosis for Alzheimer's.
Correct.
And I'm not intending to ask you any details, but do you have any other family members, friends, or close personal acquaintances in your life who have dealt with Alzheimer's?
Yes.
Okay. So you are familiar with the progression of that disease?
Yes, I took care of my mother-in-law for 5 years.
And do you understand that people with Alzheimer's can present them in very different ways from your own experience?
Correct.
Sometimes people with Alzheimer's can appear extremely lucid and sharp.
Yep.
And in fact, Carol Mitchell has, it's my opinion, you tell me what you think, has, I think, a very elegant and refined voice and way of speaking about things.
She does, yes.
But that doesn't actually mean she always tracks everything that's going on. Is that a fair statement?
I think she has times where she's more flustered, so it seems progressively worse when it's not.
So it's your testimony that, your opinion, it's not really progressively worse for Carol.
Yeah, I mean, it's a disease that's not going to go away, and we know we're going to see progression as it comes. I think stress and different things like that can cause days more of it. Then you see higher signs of it than the next day.
Thank you, Ms. Muxfeldt. No further questions.
Mr. McDonald.
Ms. Muxfeldt, since becoming power of attorney, do you feel like you've kept a close watch on Carol Mitchell?
Yes.
And are you aware of anything going on in her life on April 22nd, 2024 that would require an emergent break-in to her home?
No.
Nothing further.
No further questions.